This week on Crosstalk,
God calls us to be people of the second chance, to be people that extend grace, and I've needed it in my own life.
Did a lot of drugs, drank a lot of tequila and beer, left the party at 2:30 in the morning, and I hit a pine tree going 85 miles an hour.
I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression, fibromyalgia, acute anxiety.
Reverend Kenneth Martin is in the Pastor's Corner and our scrolling Christian calendar.
Welcome to New Passion Church on Bel Air Frontage Road near I-20. The church campus and offices are tucked down the hill. Hi there, I'm Neil Gordon, and welcome to Crosstalk. You know, people who belong here to New Passion Church are people of the second chance. The first ministry started back in the early 1970s, all thanks to a charismatic pastor and a church called One Way.
The things that I have prepared for you, and I want to give you, and I want your life to be useful, and I want it to count.
They found this property here, and I believe they started the church in about 72, and this building was built in 74. In fact, the interstate out across from the building, they used the dirt from this property to build that part of the interstate. And so they built the building and packed it out. There's chairs everywhere. There's people everywhere.
New Passion's beginning is never lost on Pastor Carnes.
We were portable for 8 years. We had met between a couple different schools over in the Grovetown area. That's where we believe God wanted us to be, but it gave us our start. Very difficult starting a church in a military community. And so we moved into a starter home building back in 2018, and we were there for less than a year. And then one of our executive leaders felt like something might have been going on at Dayspring. We had been told coming in that for probably a couple of years, they had been praying for essentially a resurrection, that God was going to resurrect their body, but they didn't know how that was going to happen.
Because as much as we in this church love our church, see this? We cannot make anything better until we make our families better. Better families make better churches.
Pastor Jackie Perkins led the Dayspring Church here the last 25 years until recently merging the congregation into New Passion Church.
Pastor Jackie retired from full-time pastoring, and so we were able to give him an office space. It's more like a larger suite. He does periodic classes called Family Priorities, and it gives him a place not only to have his office out of, but also where he can bring in married couples and help train them on the priority of family.
New Passion even uses its admin building to help churches and Christian ministries.
Grace Life came here, kind of restarted their church, and they meet about 30 minutes before our service, so really there's no conflict in their folks coming or inviting new people even.
And now there's a healthy children's ministry made up of New Passion member kids and those from Dayspring, and a healthy respect for the past and the future.
What does better together mean to you?
I think when it comes to the church, we're one body that fleshes out in different ways, but I believe that when the church and Christians can work together, we can just be more effective in the kingdom and reaching people. This is not our building. It belongs to Christ. And so it's a tool and a resource. And so we never want it to just be about New Passion Church. Jesus is the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords. He is supreme over everything. There is nothing that has supremacy over the Father. There is nothing.
Second chances, that seems to be another theme of the church. What does second chance mean to you?
Personally, I managed a substance abuse program for 5 years, and so to know that there were people in my program who were just a couple of class hours away from having a PhD or former pastors. Addiction and sin is no respecter of persons, and so everybody needs a second chance. We need more than a second chance, but some people feel like they're not even qualified to get that second chance. And so we're just firm believers that God calls us to be people of the second chance, to be people that extend grace, to extend forgiveness. And I've needed it in my own life, and God has given that to me. See, if you want to know God more, if you want to know our Creator more, all you have to do is look into the Scriptures and look to the attributes and the character of Jesus, and you will know Him more. The opportunity that God had given us to be able to do ministry out of a place that has such a rich history, and to know that we serve the same God that moved in such a way even in the 70s, that's the same God we serve. And it's not about a building, but He used this place for tremendous life change. I heard that all over town. You know, it was like, oh, I got saved at one way, or my family member got saved at one way. So to know that God moved in that way, and to know that He can help lead people back to Himself in that same way even today is a tremendous blessing.
One Way founder Pastor Eddie West is long since retired, but is still of great help.
One Sunday, one of the family members who joined with us from Dayspring said, "Hey Nick, I wanted to introduce you to someone," and it was Pastor Eddie and his wife Glenda. I told him, I said, "I'm glad that you introduced yourself after service, because I would have been intimidated, you know, knowing you were out here in the audience." And Glenda, his wife, connected with my wife over coffee. She's been such a great mentor and friend to her, and they've been tremendous friends and just tremendous encouragement to us. So it's been great.
Coming up next.
While I was on assignment, she had shared with me that they were checking out this new church. Every day or every other day there'd be a new, hey, check out this blog, check out that blog, check out this video, check out this story about this person who shared this Sunday.
And later.
It's made me more hungry for the Word. Not just in hearing preaching, but it's made me, you know, I've gotten to my Bible more than I ever have in my whole life.
The paralegal field is a lot of writing, and that was something that I knew that I was pretty strong at. Being able to think critically and those skills I learned at GMC helped me really be able to analyze everything that I needed to analyze when looking at a case. Georgia Military College really prepared me for the workforce in that way, which I'm very thankful for. There's a lot of people there that just want to make sure that you succeed.
Start here, go anywhere.
At Best Office Solutions, we'll handle the supplies so you can handle your business. We offer easy online ordering, personal customer service, free and accurate delivery, plus competitive pricing. Our staff can also provide insight regarding the best marketing tools and promotional items to help you increase your business. Call us today for your free consultation and to become a member of the Best Office Solutions family. Best Office Solutions, everything you need for your business except the people.
Hi, my name's Steve Swanson. I have the privilege of hosting middays here at 88.3 WAFJ, and I would like to extend to you an invitation to join me. Make it a habit every weekday between noon and 3 on 88.3 WAFJ.
Welcome back to this week's episode at New Passion Church.
If you would like to come to a church that believes in giving people a second chance, we are where you are looking for. We have a wonderful pastor who helps glorify God, and he loves the people.
This area of the church is hardly PC, as in politically correct. Here at New Passion, PC stands for Persecuted Christians. Each and every Sunday, church members have an opportunity to watch videos from foreign countries. They also receive literature and ways that they can pray. In this week's handout, it is on the country of Iraq, still overcoming persecution in the aftermath of ISIS. The ministry here came about after conversations between Pastor Nick and church members from the Ellis family.
Well, what we do here is just kind of man the table here for the Persecuted Christian Center. We have a weekly country that we're praying for. We just provide information regarding how to pray for that. We have 10 ways to pray, and we have some kids material as well, and activities for them to pick up. Ever since our pastor Nick had his heart for the persecuted Christians, to have a more global mindset of what's going on in the world today.
A few months ago, David and Adise moved to the Augusta area. With no new church home and a troubled childhood past, Adise's health began to fail her.
I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression, fibromyalgia, acute anxiety, and other health issues. And the labels just kept coming. And I was kind of in denial. I didn't want to be that broken. Next thing I know, I'm turning to alcohol. And I was missing the point big time. Like, all those opportunities were pointing me to Jesus, but I was wanting his creation more than him.
While David was on military assignment, Adise heard God calling her. That's when she decided to do some research.
I Googled gospel-centered churches, and of course, 1,000 come up in Georgia. And I'm like, well, we're going to narrow this down a little bit. And so I'm like, okay, let's try this again. PTSD-friendly churches. And New Passion kept coming up both times. It was at the very top.
At least I felt like God was specifically drawing her here. There was no way that she would have just jumped in with both feet anywhere else. It seemed like God picked this church for us, for her, and that he had done something in her heart.
With increasing health issues and a stretched marriage, by the time David came home, their relationship was crumbling. They were on the verge of divorce.
One night, about 3-4 nights after, we'd hit our lowest point, she, after dinner, at this point, I'd been sleeping in the guest bedroom, but she made dinner and I came down. It had been a bad day, and in a lot of ways, just because the weight of our situation was really weighing on us. So for one thing, she fed me dinner, and that's always
that's
way
a big
right to my
deal.
heart.
Yes.
But after dinner, she just asked me if I could come talk to her for a minute, and then she said, you mind if I give you a hug?
That did it.
Yes.
That did it. And you said that you asked God to break you. And I was reminded about Apostle Paul before he was converted. And you're asking to be broken, you were given a different knowledge. And God led you all to New Passion Church to get that.
He did.
Couples that may be having a challenge and they're watching you now, what could you say to them about New Passion Church?
I'd say it's a safe place, and it's a place that's also not going to give you excuses or let you just make up excuses. We are people with a second chance, because Christ died for us.
That's
because we needed that second chance. Otherwise, without that, there is no second chance.
And I feel like that's been the most freeing for us, just continually getting Jesus and his truth. It set us free in so many ways, and reminded us to be transparent with each other. And that hug meant a lot to me too. So thanks for hugging me.
You're welcome.
Coming up next.
As soon as I came to, man, I started praying. God, please, if you are who I heard you are, then please work miracles in my life.
Are the audio and video systems at your church outdated or simply a mess? Don't worry, we can help, just like we've helped many others. 52 Creative, consulting, installation, and training for your church.
This is April from The Morning Show on 88.3 WAFJ. We're celebrating 25 years this year thanks to you. If you've not heard of us yet, we'd invite you to join us weekday mornings, John and me, from 6 to 9. We'll help you wake up.
Our blessing checks are provided by Quality Printing and Graphics, a family-owned Christian company serving churches and businesses with quality printing and graphics. Visit qpgraphics.com.
Welcome back to this week's episode at New Passion Church.
When we first moved to the Grovetown area, we visited several different churches, just trying to find something that felt like home. Came to New Passion Church. I think it was the third or fourth church that we visited in the area, and just coming in, you really felt the authenticity of the people that you interacted with, and we continue to come. We've called this our church home ever since.
At New Passion, there's all ages and people blend, and the diversity is just incredible. And it brings an energy to the church that really makes it a very special place to come.
Welcome back inside of the sanctuary here at New Passion Church on Bel Air Frontage Road. I'm Neil Gordon. On Sundays, there's a strong creative connection, of course, through the sermons and also the praise band with the adult members. But upstairs is the Passion Kids program, where the kids learn the love of the Lord through some fun and games.
For students to be able to come in on a Sunday morning in a service and what the world has labeled big church and feel as if they can connect and they can worship and they can hear a message that applies to them where they're at as a middle school student or a high school student. And to me, that is refreshing to know that they're being taught the Word of God on a level that all can understand and apply to their life.
And there's lots of people that are here that would welcome you in and love you, adults that would care for you and love you, and other teenagers that you could hang out with and learn to grow closer to Jesus with together.
New Passion Church is the place that you can find that where you're at in your life, whether it be you're just really trying to figure out this whole Jesus thing and want to know Him as Savior. We would love to walk with you in that process. Or maybe you're just a brand new believer yourself and you just want to figure out what's next for you and how to follow Jesus. Man, we are excited that you have that desire and we want to walk with you in that process.
The Pastor's Corner is a service of Antioch Missionary Baptist Church on Florence Street in downtown Augusta. For information on worship times, visit antiochaug.org.
Paul has heard Stephen's sermon. He's listening as Stephen is preaching the gospel or the word of God and looking toward heaven. Paul is there when the crowd stops their ears and mobbed Stephen and stoned him. He watched as they laid their clothes at his feet so they could have more throwing room. It was a vicious scene at best. As the crowd is stoning Stephen, Paul hears Stephen saying, "Lord Jesus, receive my spirit." And with his dying breath, he cried, "Lord, don't charge them with this sin. Lord, if it's left up to me, if I have anything to say about it, please don't hold this against my brethren." How could a bad man die like that? In order to steal his doubt, Paul plunges into actions, the most violent actions that he can. First, he persecutes the Christians in Jerusalem.
Coming up next.
But I've been able to share what Jesus has done in my life and how He's worked in my life.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is a service of Busby's Heating and Air, celebrating its 75th anniversary in 2020. Online at busbys.com.
I'm Rick Busby with Busby's Heating and Air Conditioning. We're looking for career-minded individuals with great attitudes and customer service skills. We offer a career path which includes the education and training necessary to advance in our industry, from an entry-level position to a fully qualified technician. Plus, we offer a great benefit package. Busby's, your Carrier Factory Authorized dealer. Turn to the experts.
Give Busby's a buzz and we'll be there.
Are the audio, lighting, and video systems at your church outdated or just simply a mess? Don't worry, we can help. Whether your church is small or large, we can help with everything from consulting, sales, equipment integration, and training. We've already helped so many churches, and we can't wait to partner with your ministry. Give us a call at 52 Creative at 803-221-4421.
It's so easy to make friends there. The class sizes are smaller. You really get to know everybody. Everybody there is so nice and welcoming.
The small class sizes were wonderful. You felt like everybody that worked there was so dedicated to your success.
I think GMC is a great start school, a great place to have a smaller community of people that are willing to help you.
I really enjoyed every second that I had there.
Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to this week's episode at New Passion Church.
I really love this place. This is a place that loves to serve God with excellence, to bring fame to His name. The people are great, and though there is no perfect church on this side of heaven, this is home because this is the church of the second chance, and there's just so many people from all kinds of backgrounds, but we're here just to help each other.
Bryan, take us back to July 4th weekend, 2002. What do you remember about that weekend?
Actually, I don't really remember much of anything. I was a wild, out of control teenager and moved in July 5th, which was our first Friday, and partied, did a lot of drugs, drank a lot of tequila and beer, went to a party, left the party at 2:30 in the morning to go home, and took a wrong turn. I was on Mulligan Road, and I came up on the dead end, and I hit a pine tree going 85 miles an hour. I spent the next 19 months of my life taking outpatient therapy.
Were you a Christian before this accident?
I believed in Christ. I believed in God. I'd been to church a few times with my grandmother, especially when I was a kid.
Right.
And then as a teenager, I went with my best friend at the time. We went with his parents, but it was all the wrong type reasons why we were going. We were going pretty much because we were forced to.
Right. When did you seek God on your own?
As soon as I came to, man, I started praying. God, please, if you are who I heard you are, then please work miracles in my life. Please, Lord. I would pray that every night. That's when I really started feeling like the Lord was doing something in my life.
Eventually, Bryan found New Passion Church about 10 years ago, located at a school in Grovetown.
It's helped to deliver the word to where I can understand it better. You know, having a brain injury, it's really hard to focus and really hard to pay attention and to remember what I'm hearing. New Passion, Nick Carnes, the pastor, has really put an emphasis on teaching the word, at least to me.
All things have been created through Him and for Him. He is before all things, and by Him all things hold together.
It's made me more hungry for the word, not just in hearing preaching, but it's made me, I've gotten to my Bible more than I ever have in my whole life.
And he had more fellowship with New Passion members and stopped backsliding.
We went to a Christian men's conference, and I went with the guys up there, and at that time I was still drinking. And, hearing Pastor Johnny Hunt preach, it was delivered to me and me alone out of all those thousands of men. So I gave up drinking right then and there. January 27, 2011. So that in itself, them getting me there to that place. I've had Nick work in my life. He's preached from my grandfather's funeral. My grandfather was my everything. And so, New Passion is just, it's family, man.
How do you think God is using your story?
I've been blessed to have the opportunity to share my testimony with a lot of different people, whether it be addicts, whether it be people struggling with brain injuries. I've worked with people that haven't been so lucky, that haven't been so blessed, but I've been able to share what Jesus has done in my life and how he's worked in my life.
I started at Georgia Military College with emphasis on learning criminal justice, and I eventually graduated with an associate. GMC prepared me for a life at sea because nothing really comes easy. I plan on pursuing a bachelor's in intelligence studies with a focus in counterintelligence. Just depending on how everything works, I plan to hopefully work out of the NSA plant at Fort Gordon.
Start here, go anywhere. Hi there, I'm Cleve Walker with 88.7 Shine FM and 88.3 WAFJ. At Shine, we're all about songs that refresh you and lift your spirit in worship and praise. We invite you to join us anytime.
A friend is ready to pray for you anytime, day or night. Call or text 88.3 WAFJ's prayer line at 877-800-7729.
Arlene, the passion really shows here at New Passion Church. Pastor Nick is focused on one God and the big C as he tries to really help churches across the CSRA.
Yes, absolutely. And we heard powerful testimonies on how God is healing those with addiction and mending broken marriages.
Yeah, powerful stories.
Let's get social.
Facebook is such a powerful tool. Hit the share button because we want to let all your friends and family know about our program, and there's a lot of different ways you can get in touch with us.
And you can also find us online, crosstalktv.com.
You're invited to Crosstalk Sunday mornings at 10 on Fox 54.
And 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on WBPI TV 49 and other Christian networks.
Well, thanks so much for watching Crosstalk. We say goodbye from New Passion Church.
And God bless.
At Best Office Solutions, we take pride in taking care of your business. Unlike most office supply companies, we offer free research tailored to your facility's needs, so you can focus on what's important, running your business. Our staff is dedicated to finding creative solutions that increase productivity and can help you design your workspace. Best is flexible and can work with your schedule. Call us today for your free consultation and to become a member of the Best Office Solutions family. Best Office Solutions, everything you need for your business, except the people.
When you need an extra boost to help start the day, join me, John, along with April for the morning show. We play encouraging songs filled with hope, and we chat about life. Come join the family, weekday morning 6 to 9 on 88.3 WAFJ.